Hello everyone, and thanks for joining us on Snow Globe Rescue today. I'm Tony, and as usual with me is Allie.
Hello.
And today we have another repair video for you. And
My precious.
yeah. If you're new to the channel, thanks for joining us. And hopefully you'll stick around, and there's some links at the end of the video to some of our other videos if you're interested. This snow globe right here was featured in a recent new snow globe video. In fact, I think it was the last one that we did. And so we're going to go ahead and just recap quickly for the people who didn't see it, but this is a Lighthouse snow globe here. Allie really likes this one, so that's why she wanted to go ahead and get this fixed. But also, don't want to forget that we also have 2 subscribers requested this repair video. Add the CEO, who is, by the way, watching us from Germany. Thank you very much for that.
Thank you.
And Dark and Charlie XO, who's watching from the UK. So we got some international viewers and subscribers. So that's very cool.
My maiden name is German, by the way.
Yeah.
Shout out to you.
That's right. Allie's half German and half Italian. So the German side goes with add the CEO over there. Quick recap on this globe here. So we have a lighthouse up here on the top in the globe, and it's got I just noticed it has a water wheel.
It does.
I did not realize it had a water wheel next to this building next to the lighthouse. That must be okay. You know what? Now it makes sense because we're gonna get this in a second here. We'll go around here. Got some trees behind the lighthouse here, and on the base there is a waterfall coming out from under the globe. The waterfall comes down and goes down into the ocean here. I imagine now, I wasn't sure why that waterfall was there, but now that I see that there's a water wheel there must be a stream that runs the water wheel, and then the runoff comes up here as a waterfall. It makes sense now. So nice little attention to detail here, putting that waterfall here. The stopper is pulled into the globe, and the figurine is starting to tilt up and separate from the stopper, and the water's all brown. So we got to open that up and clean it up, get this figurine glued back down. Now the base, there's nothing wrong with the base, and I already pointed out the waterfall here. We've got this sailboat here, which I'm surprised is still in one piece. It hasn't been snapped off because, as you can see, how it's kind of just sticking out there like that. So this sailboat survived.
Yeah. Nothing's broken.
Nothing's broken off, but this sailboat is definitely in some rough waters here. And I just noticed that I didn't notice it last time either, but there's a bunch of rocks here in the water. So this sailboat is
getting hit by some crazy waves.
I guess so. Yeah, he's got to be careful because there's rocks here. There's this rocky bottom here on the cliff where this lighthouse is, and then we have a set of stairs from the lighthouse coming down to this house right here.
The boathouse.
Is that a boathouse? Okay, I thought it might be living quarters or something, but
boathouse.
Okay, Alex says it's a boathouse. And then from the boathouse, we have a set of wooden stairs coming down here to the water's edge here. Not a good day to take the boat out, as you can see, but the waves are just crashing up against this cliff here where the lighthouse is. But a very nice lighthouse. A lot of detail here, some moss and plants growing on the rocks here and everything. So, and this also lights up. Yeah, we'll go ahead and turn it on later. Maybe put the lights out so you can see the lights come on. Right, and the music. It takes batteries and it plays music. So let's go ahead and
get started.
Yeah, let's go ahead and get this thing fixed.
I want to do it.
All right, let's go. Let's do it. All right, let's start by removing this bottom cover so we can get to that globe.
Let's do that.
Let's do it.
I'm glad it was easy to come off.
All right, so that wasn't too bad. Okay, so we got some wires here. Okay, we got the lights in the front there, on the front of the base, and then we got the wires going to the stopper. And unlike those Disney globes, they did not give us a connector to disconnect these wires. These are all soldered in there. So We are going to have to cut or unsolder some wires over here. Let's see what would be the best way to do this. Okay, we are going to have to get creative here. So we got as much of the glue off as we can. We cleaned it up, and so now we're going to go ahead and pull that stopper and figurine out of there so we can replace that brown water. All right, so let's get the, we're going to get our needle nose pliers here. You want to hold that glue? Okay. And we're just going to go ahead and go around the stopper and pull it out of there. All right, there it is. So there's the figurine, partially lifted up, but yeah, that stopper, we're gonna clean the stopper up. We're gonna clean this figurine up a little bit with a soft brush and some dish soap, and then we're gonna clean up this, we're gonna pour out this brown water and put some fresh water in after we clean the globe. All right, the globe's clean, looks nice. And the figurine and the stopper are both clean now. As we mentioned, one side is still attached just fine, and the other side is lifting up. So we're going to go ahead and take a few drops of Zap-A-Gap here. And we're going to put a couple of drops. Let's see. All right, so it's been about 15-20 minutes, and we've put the figurine and stopper on this little holder that we came up with here to hold it down for us. And let's see.
That's pretty good.
Looks like it's attached.
Yep.
All right, so we're ready to start putting this back together. Okay, I just confirmed this is a 4-inch globe. It was hard to tell. So 16 ounces of water in this 4-inch globe. And we're gonna put 30% glue, which is approximately 10 tablespoons of glue. So we'll start off, can you hold that please?
Sure.
We'll start out by putting some water in here, some of our snow globe water. Has a little alcohol in it. All right, so now we're going to put 10 tablespoons of glue. Let's see, here we go, 10 tablespoons. Oh, it's not working. The end is, there we go. Okay, now we got it. Okay, here we go. Okay, that is about approximately 10 tablespoons of glue right there, which is 30% in this. And let's go ahead and mix that up. Let's stir it up. And for those who are new, the glue, we get this asked every once in a while, the glue is to thicken the water so that the glitter and or snow, whatever you put in there, falls slower, doesn't fall so quickly. And when you stir it up, it'll be cloudy at first. And as you continue stirring, it clears up. And there we go. That looks clear. Okay, so it's all dissolved in there. So now, this had some like green and blue glitter in it. But Allie is going to put something in here, something a little different.
We recovered these Mylar pieces from a, whoops, I forgot this wasn't closed all the way, from a previous globe that we weren't going to keep, that
we use for parts.
Right. And so, but we painstakingly recovered the Mylar, and it looks really cool because it reminds me of the Fresnel lens that these lighthouses use, the reflective property. So I think I want to just see what it looks like with just those little Mylar pieces and then go from there.
Right, yeah. Little square pieces of like Mylar that are like bluish green, kind of like the glitter that came out of there, but they're bigger, they're square, and they kind of like float around in there. So we're going to see how that works out.
Pink mermaid colors.
Yeah, okay, so go ahead and pour that in there, Allie. And we'll see how that looks. And like I said, this Mylar is the same or similar color to the glitter that was in there. Get that in Let's see, make sure we get all of them. Did we get all of them?
Let me check.
I think we got them all. Okay, so let's take a look here. We'll stir this up and you can see, yeah. You can see the effect of those square pieces of Mylar floating around in there. So yeah, it looks good.
Yeah.
All right, so we're gonna go ahead and fill this up the rest of the way. Like that. Okay, now we're gonna go ahead and hold that, please. And we're gonna go ahead and wet the stopper. Makes it easier to install.
I mean, I don't know how many of you are familiar with the way the Lighthouse lenses are constructed, but these look very reminiscent of the way a Fresnel lens looks.
Yeah, the lens, the Fresnel lens that goes in the Lighthouse has a bunch of lenses all over it, just kind of like covered with lenses, a bunch of them. So maybe this will kind of like be an homage to the lens itself. Anyone who knows lighthouses out there knows about the Fresnel lens. All right, and if we're lucky, let's see. If we're lucky, we can get this without any air bubbles. Let's see.
Oh, we're gonna lose a Mylar there.
All right, hold on. We're almost there.
Yeah, we gotta be careful not to lose too much water. We'll lose some of the Mylar pieces.
Okay, so looks like we've got the. Actually, it looks like it needs to go in a little bit further on this side, right here. Okay, that looks even. We got a couple little air bubbles here, but it looks all nice and level here. Let's take a quick look here.
That looks neat.
Ah, that does look pretty cool.
That looks neat.
All right, so we're gonna let these. We're gonna let this sit. We're gonna let all these, because you can see there's a bunch of tiny little bubbles all over the place.
Sit for a good half an hour.
Yeah, we'll let it sit for. Yeah, we'll let it sit for a while here.
Sometimes we've not let it sit long enough, and we thought we got them all, and then all of a sudden we've got it all together and glued is dried, and then there's a bubble.
Somehow a bubble pops up. Yeah.
It's like, seriously.
So we're gonna go ahead and let that sit, and then we'll get that bubble out here in a minute. All right, so we've got our air bubble all consolidated up here. It's not a big one, but it's still an air bubble. We're gonna go ahead and use the syringe today to get this air bubble out. Figured why not? And especially with the globe out of the base, it's very easy to see what you're doing, and once you get all the air bubble out. So Allie, if you could hold it right there.
It'd be nice to see it lit up in the clear water.
With the clean water, yeah, instead of that brown water. Yeah. And those Mylar pieces are gonna look really cool.
Yeah, we should. I'm gonna see if I can find some. But look, one of those got trapped in between.
Hold it, please. Okay, so I'm gonna go ahead and pull.
Sorry, I'm just trying to remove a piece of hair. Sorry, guys, trying to remove a piece of hair I saw.
All right, I'm going to pull back on the stopper here.
Y'all should see the level of frustration on his face at this precise moment.
Nice. Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and get the syringe in between the stopper and the globe here. Get that bubble up to the top, as you can see, and then I'm going to put some water in there to force the bubble out. And there we go, and then let's see. All right, no air bubble. Perfect. Okay, so moving on to the next step, which will be, we're going to go ahead and
put the light in.
First, let's seal, because the thing is,
yeah,
we're going to have a hard time.
We will.
Getting glue up in here, because I'm sure this was assembled and then placed into the base because of the distance between the bottom and the top there. So let's go ahead and get some glue around here to seal it up before we put it in. Okay, so we're gonna put some glue.
That's called a mom joke instead of a dad joke.
It's a mom joke, right? We're gonna put glue around the stopper here before we install this into the base, and keep this from leaking, hopefully. And we'll do it here because it'll just be too difficult to get all this glue properly in place once we get the globe into the stopper here.
You know, I was watching Aquaman for multiple reasons today. And I'd forgotten, because I'd only seen the movie once when it first came out. And I'd forgotten that the Aquaman's dad was the lighthouse keeper.
Oh, he was? I forgot there was a lighthouse in Aquaman. Okay. All right, so now that we've done that, I just noticed there's a little bit of water down in here. Get that up there. Okay.
Watch out.
So,
your knuckle.
So now we're going to take, and before we put this into the base, we're going to go ahead and take this light bulb and install it, because it's going to be very difficult, if not impossible, to install if we wait until after the globe is in there. So we're going to go ahead and take the bulb. Let me get the rest of that glue off of there. There we go. We're going to take the bulb, and there's this hole that goes all the way to the, I guess, the top of the lighthouse. Going to get that in there. Okay. And we're going to go ahead and put a drop of glue right there in the opening where the wire goes in, to hold it in place so it doesn't fall out on us. Okay. And Allie happened to notice that there is a bubble here in the glue.
I just happened to notice the bubble.
Right, that means there's a little bit of water between the stopper and the glass.
Nice little air pocket.
And you pop those and put a little extra glue so it doesn't cause a leak later on down the road, and just seal it up like that. There we go. All right, so we are now going to, okay, yes, we are going to let this glue cool before we handle it, and then we'll go ahead and install it into the base. Okay, we've got the light installed into the lighthouse there, and we've got it hot glued so it doesn't come out. So it's sitting there. We got this all sealed up. Now we're going to install this back onto the base. We were not able to mark the position because of how far into the base it was, but we know that this water wheel lines up with this waterfall here, so that'll be easy enough to do. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to get these wires and put them into the base here, and then Allie's going to go ahead and pull them through the bottom there so they're out of the way. Okay, and then the white one's right here. Okay, all right, so hold it right there. Okay, so now if you can hold the globe. Okay, so now I'm going to put a bead of glue around the outside edge of the base here.
This is a different brand glue stick, it looks like. It's a little cloudier than the other ones that we use.
I think I did get some different glue sticks. I think I found them at a garage sale or something that they were selling them. So I figured, hey, we could always use some extra glue sticks. So I bought them, and we'll see how they work out.
Okay. Yeah, it's nice. You know what it is the other glue sticks. They're a little bit clearer.
Yeah, it's a clearer glue than this.
I kind of like that. Just because, if you know.
Okay, so we got the glue all the way around. So hold on a second here. So now I'm going to lower this down, and I'm going to line up that water wheel with the waterfall right there. Perfect. Right there. That looks perfect. Yeah, and the lighthouse is facing forward. So, okay, so good. Okay, so that's the first step. We're gonna let that glue cool, and then we're gonna flip it over, and then we can solder the wires back on and get the cover on. All right, so this globe is now attached to the base. Now the next step before we put this all back together is we need to get this light for the house there on the side of the base. It was hot glued to the side there, so I'm going to take the needle nose pliers here, and I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to hold that light. Let me go ahead and bend it a little bit here. I'm going to hold that light, let's see, right about, where does it need to go? It needs to go right there. Okay, so I need to take this, we need to, here we go, we need to bring it down like this.
As long as it evenly disperses the light between the
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So now what
windows.
there we go. I've got it on the edge of the globe there, the light. And now I'm going to put a drop of glue. I'm going to let it drop right onto the wire where the wire is touching the globe, right there. So I got some glue on top of the wire, and it's just kind of dripping down over the wire. And once that cools, that wire will be attached to the globe and will light up that house. Okay. So we're going to let that cool. Right, so the light for the base, for the little house in the base, is now attached. It's the glue's dry, and that should be good. So now we're going to attach these wires. So let's put this back down like this. All right, so we've got our picture here, and so here's our circuit board. Get the soldering iron over here. All right, so we're going to clean off the soldering iron and put just a little bit of solder on the very tip of the soldering iron just to get that heat transferred. Okay, so Allie, if you could hold the board there, just hold it down.
Sure.
Okay, so I'm going to take the first wire here. I'm going to hold on to it with these needle nose pliers. Okay, and I'm going to attach it. I'm going to solder it back down to this first connector right here. Okay, now I've got a problem here. Some of the solder
got onto the other one?
Some of the solder got onto the other one, so I've got to clean that up. Give me just a second here.
Seems like it's easy to do.
Yep, that's solder.
It's such a small area.
It's a small area. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to use this braid right here. This is a solder wick. This removes solder. So could you hold that down, please?
Is that copper?
This is copper. Yeah, it's copper impregnated with resin, or some people call it, it's resin, or I can't remember the other name for it. But basically, it just sucks up the excess solder. All right, there's some of it. I gotta get some more.
I mean, I've seen you do this a million times, but it's still interesting each time.
Yeah, okay, there we go. Let me just make sure. Okay, so hold that down again. And I'll make sure that I've got this properly attached to where it's supposed to be. Let it cool for a second. All right, let me just double check here. Okay, so this solder connection is not touching either one next to it, so that's good. Because if the solder touches, you're going to have a short and it's not going to work. So this is good right here. All right, so now we're going to attach the yellow wire. These two yellow wires go to the same place. So I'm going to go ahead and hold the wire here with the needle nose pliers.
Not a lot of room for me to hold that for you.
And I'm going to attach it right there. Melt the solder. Okay, let that cool for a second. Okay, and the third wire goes on this second pad right here. So let me go ahead and grab this this third wire, or this is actually the fourth wire, but the third connection. And okay, and that one goes right there. Okay, that's pretty quick. It doesn't take long. Now let me just double check and make sure nothing is shorting out here. Make sure these two aren't touching.
Would short out only when you try to turn it on, or would it short out before you even try and turn it on?
Well, the short will only be a problem once you turn it on, because then the electricity that's supposed to run it will actually go to the wrong place.
Fix it,
right.
Basically.
So now, before we put this together, let's put the batteries in there. and make sure it actually does work. Okay, so we'll do it this way. Yep. The right, light's coming on. The light's coming on over here. Good. Okay. So now that we've determined that's all working, we can go ahead and put this back in. So let's go ahead and get those wires in there. And this is only gonna, yeah, this only has, here we go. We're gonna put a drop of glue right here. There's not many places for the glue to go on this one.
This is true.
And a drop of glue right there, 3 drops of glue, okay. Now we're gonna get those wires in there without touching anything, hopefully. And then, let's see, it goes this way, like this.
Wires.
Okay, there we go. Okay, so now we've got the cover back on, and we've got 1 foot over here that needs to go on there. Okay, move your thumb, please. I'm gonna put a drop of glue right there, and then we'll put this foot back on, right there, like that. Okay, and we're gonna hold this down for a minute or two, let that hot glue cool. We'll put the batteries back in, and I think we're ready to take a look at it. Hey, there she is.
It looks really cool.
There she is, all finished, all cleaned up.
You know what's funny is when we found the other globe, you know, we had a globe and it had the, you know, that had the Mylar in it. I thought, man, that's neat. I mean, I don't like the globe, but I really like what's inside of it. Yeah, the Mylar pieces inside the globe were more appealing to us than the globe itself. Yeah, so we kept the Mylar. And I'm like, I don't know what globe I'm going to use it in, but I will come across a globe that'll be perfect for it. And honestly, if you've ever seen a giant Fresnel lens up close, it's very reminiscent of it. Yes.
So so there we go. We had to remove that globe to get to it. Just detach some wires. If you watch the entire video, 30% glue in the water there, and we put the pieces of square Mylar confetti in there. That looks pretty good. So let's go ahead and turn it on.
Let's turn it on.
Oh, and one thing that we noticed is the light on the top of the lighthouse seems to flash to the beat of the tune, sort of. So see what you think. Okay, let's go ahead and turn this on. Take a look and see what you think. Is that light flashing with the music? I think it might be.
I think it might be.
All right. So what we're going to do is we're going to turn the lights off so you can see it in the dark here. There we go.
That looks really cool.
Yeah.
I like the way that in the dark, the way...
Yeah, without all the lights on.
Shake it up again.
Let's shake it up again. Okay, let's shake it up and see how the Mylar looks with the light from the lighthouse.
That looks cool.
Yeah. A little house down there, lit up real nice. Well, there you go. That is a lighthouse snow globe. And so hopefully you guys enjoyed that video and maybe learned something as we went through this repair. And let us know in the comments what you think. And so until next time, we hopefully will see you in the next video. We hopefully will have one for you soon. And until then, everybody,
thank you so much for your time.
Be safe, take care, and goodbye.
Bye.
Bye.